Never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat. Oh, yeah, they're hearing me. Oh no.
How are
Yeah,
you?
I just turned my music off.
Oh no, sorry.
And
Oh, that's so funny. I love that
Lisa,
song.
how are you? Good to see
Hi,
you. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, I wish we would have got a little bit. I think RC was reaching out to you. I'm not sure. Here comes RC, the
Oh,
co-host, the
I
football
like
player.
your earrings,
Oh, they're beautiful.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Try to be as fun as possible.
Ah,
Yes.
Beautiful. They're beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
Hi, Lisa.
yeah.
How are you?
Lou,
Hi.
Lou, do you have your skin?
Do-do-do-do.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll change it
Ken.
now.
Yeah, change yours on. Lisa, we'll get you a fun skin. We're having fun.
A
So,
fun skin, just
yeah,
as long as it's not an old skin. I
it's
don't want it any
not.
old.
It's a young skin. It makes you look
Oh,
10 years younger.
uh, bring it. Bring it.
R- RC, do you have it? Can you put it in the chat for her? It's yours, the one you're
And
on.
then how do I don't know how to do it. Do
Well,
I
we'll
click?
show you. We'll walk you
Okay.
through it.
And tell her
Welcome,
how to undo
everybody.
it
Glad
too.
you can make it.
I could not undo mine last time.
Oh, did you leave the house with it on?
No, a wise person in my next meeting was able to help me undo it, but
All,
Oh, that's good.
I know why.
all you do is you click on it again, and it goes right off. It's like a light switch.
Really?
On, yeah, on off.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a light switch.
All right.
It's
You're
easy.
so knowledgeable.
It's
Okay.
easy. Welcome, everybody. So, yeah. So this is just the prep time. So it takes about 15 minutes, Lisa, for people to kind of get in. We wait for a critical mass, and then we do a little introduction, and then we have fun. You could talk for, I don't know if you want 30 minutes about your life. We like the inspirational stories, where you hit rock bottom and you came back and you phoenix rising in the ashes. We love those stories. And then we
Okay.
get questions and answers from everyone that's here. And then if you're an expert at something, which you are multiple ways over, we just let you kind of teach a class, and then they kind of work hands on with you. So if you're an expert at directing or expert at like RC's girlfriend is a tapper, so she teaches
Oh,
tapping.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I got
yeah,
to get the cat. Hold on. I'm getting the
Oh,
yeah,
cat.
I think that's fascinating, the tapping.
yeah. So she's coming on. She's doing a section. We're having a little fun. I don't know if she'll actually do the skin RC, but we want the Hollywood woo woo with Allison. I'm Mr. Woo Woo. I'm all spiritual. Talk about planet alignment. I'm all
Cool.
about what's your sign. Like I was in LA for 30 years, so
Aren't we going into retrograde or something in the near
oh,
future?
it's more than that.
Uh-oh.
I
Uh-oh.
mean, Lisa might be able to share some of her knowledge too.
You know what? I am not good with I can do the channeling, I can do the mediumship, I can talk about all that stuff, life after death, but I don't know astrology.
So
Oh well, I know that.
Sorry.
I know it very well, very very well.
how
Yeah,
long
I'm
are we
not
going
a
to be in this retrograde?
Well, it's more of a planetary alignment.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
more like it's in 6,000 years we haven't had this type of alignment and this powerful moon that's giving us so much energy. Sometimes it comes out as like aggression, and other times it comes out as being very clairvoyant or psychic or whatever your word is this year for the medium, whatever. I don't know what words you use, Lisa, for it. I call it clairvoyancy. Uh,
Mhm.
a download from God, whatever you guys want to call it, but it's just a little more intuitive than normal. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, great.
yeah. So we'll get to know Lisa a little better, guys. We're again in about, I don't know, 10 minutes. What we do here is usually Michelle shares her like 50 movies she booked or something. So
I'm
uh,
not doing movies. I'm doing, yeah, well, there's been a couple that I've done
yeah.
voiceover for, but yeah.
So
So since we have talked, I have six more auditions. I have eight callbacks, and I booked four.
and see, I mean, what's going on? How come she does this? Why
Wow,
are
that's
we not all
amazing.
doing
That's
this?
That's
amazing.
beautiful. Are you in Texas, Michelle?
No, I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Are you in
She's
Albuquerque?
being pulled to Texas. She's
I'm
feeling the
considering
call.
it at the moment.
Everyone's being called to
It's
Austin.
gonna, you're having a storm tomorrow.
Yeah, that's okay. We need to
Yes.
get the cue.
Getting storming.
Yeah. So, RC, are you able to find her skin, or you want me to do it?
Will you please? Thanks, bud.
Yep. All right. I'm not sure who's texting me, but you guys keep coming
Not
in.
me.
No worries, no worries. So this is just free for all. Just share your wins, guys. Anybody got some good news? I got more good news than it, just so much. It's like I'm not even gonna have time. Vance, what's going off?
Hey, how's
How
it
you
going?
doing? You got your little box office reviews set up for tonight?
Ooh.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right.
Old
And
school today.
Lou, you got your sports minute?
Hey, I got I don't know if Lou, we got the RC thing ready. I got something I want to share with RC, something I'm working on.
All right. This is the
Well,
time to just mingle, get to know each other, share your good news. You know.
what do
Yeah,
you
I'll have
got?
our sports review ready. And I got some we got something for you, RC.
All right.
Interesting.
I had a fun win. I was in a table read a couple weeks ago
Oh,
playing
how'd
a
it
very
go?
well, playing a very straight person was quite good, but this woman saw me on there and said, I need someone to play Gunslingin' Nancy from Ozarks on her table read, which has nothing to do with what I did. It was totally different. She said, I know you can do it well. She's talking about intuitive. I don't know. And so and there's money behind it. So I'm doing it on Sunday, and that sounds like fun.
Oh, that's great.
I'll keep you
Congratulations.
posted. Thank you. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, I love that. We call it the hot seat back in the day, but it's like, we'd sit you in the front of the class and we'd be like, "What's going on? What are you doing?" So
That's lovely. I do not see Ken. Is he okay?
Ken had a last minute call, so I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I'm assuming he is okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her a little new skin that I made. I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but we'll try it. So let me get this here. Is Allie Jane coming on? Allison Jane?
I'm not sure. She's working, so
Okay.
we will see.
All right.
Hopefully.
All right. So I'm putting in the chat, Lisa. All you do is
Okay.
when you go to the chat, there's going to be, let's see if this is it. Yeah, this one will do. So that photo I just put in the chat, if you can download that to your desktop, do you know how to get that to your desktop?
Well, I got to find the chat first.
Oh, it's on the bottom in the middle,
Okay.
and then that should open up your chat, and then you should see that photo right there. Oh, I haven't even sent it. Now I'm sending it. There it is in the chat.
Okay. I see the photo.
Let's see if you can drag and drop.
Y-
No, you
I
can't
think
drag and drop. You got to click on it, and then there'll be a little download button, arrow with the line, down arrow with a line, and
Yep.
and just
And I'm going to save it as a PNG.
yeah, it's fine on your desktop, so you can find
Yeah.
it. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then you're gonna go to once you do that, let me know.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And then
I did that.
you're gonna go to the Zoom again and the camera on off button that you use.
Okay.
You're going to the little arrow up arrow to the right, you're gonna click that.
Okay.
And then you're gonna see a blue plus. Blue plus.
Should I go into video? No. Go
Yeah,
out? No.
video and effects. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then you're
Video.
gonna scroll up where you see some virtual background photos, and there's a little blue plus to the right.
Okay. Video settings. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You're quicker than most guests, just so you know.
And the other thing too is I need glasses, but I haven't
Oh,
got
I
any yet, so that's a problem.
So you click on the little blue plus, and then that will find your desktop, and then you just click on that, and then it'll be your background.
Blue plus. Okay, not the virtual backgrounds now.
Yeah, you
Oh.
want to be in the virtual,
okay.
but you're going to click the blue plus.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah,
That'll-
add image.
And pull it from your desktop, the one we just
Okay.
downloaded.
Got it. Oh, I got this. This is
Yeah.
easy.
And then turn it off tonight. There you go. And to turn it off, all you got to do is re-click that photo or the none. There's a thing that says none
Oh,
next to the
shit.
blur.
Excuse me.
It's okay. We cuss. We cuss.
Where did you go? Wait.
So go back to your Zoom. You can find your Zoom on your desktop on your little.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right. Pretty easy.
I like my skin.
It looks ravishing. So it's just a little different than mine, as RC is a little different than ours.
Mhm.
We've got the box office. Let's see. Where is Lou? Lou, are you here?
Yeah, I'm right here. Can you see me?
Oh, yeah, you got your sportsman. Perfect. And
Yep.
then Natalie might just peek in, but she's not going to do her segment. She's the Hollywood, Texas review. We're here in Austin. And then Michelle probably has something to share. RC is the co-host, and he does the Hollywood Minute. DJ Echo's not here. He does the Music Minute. And then Natalie, she does the Hollywood Minute. She does, I guess she focuses on anything. It's kind of broad. Who am I missing? There's one more person I'm missing. Oh, well. Well, couple more minutes, guys. About 5 more minutes. We'll get started. Anybody want to share any good news? Rodney, good to see you. Tim, good to see you. Terrell's here. That's my new business partner in Austin, Texas. So happy he's here.
Hey.
Jurgen's here. Jay's here. Steven's here. Jim's here. Nando's here. Monty, Carol, Reverend Michelle L. Walton, RC, of course, Vance, Lou, Tony, and Lisa, our guest today. So we'll get started in a few minutes. Anybody want to share any good news? Any questions about South by
Hear me?
Southwest?
I want to say this, direct this to RC.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can share it right now, but I told him I was going to write a screenplay about an old man who starts a football team.
Yeah.
His story. I'm already on page 25.
Wow.
It's called A League of Uncommon Men. It's a comedy, totally farcical. It's slapstick. There's no politics. It's all just there's barely. It's just a good feeling. It's like The Longest Yard, but even softer. It's about a bunch of old guys out there remembering what it was like to hit. And so I'm working on it. Hopefully by next week I'll have a first draft of it. I was hoping we'd be able to show. I got a poster for it with a log line, little synopsis. But when I say I'm going to write a screenplay, and now with this AI thing, my word's good. My word is gold.
Love it.
I'm curious because obviously I enjoy being in movies, and I love it when my friends are writing for me. But how am I fitting into a 74-year-old football movie? What am I, the coach?
Hey, I want the lead. I want the lead role too. I want to play the lead.
As you should, I was writing this picture one time. I was with
There you go.
Oh, I
that's
love
great.
it.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
cute. They're so cute.
Show the log line. At 74, Dreamer Jeeves assembles a ragtag team of aging misfits in a hilariously mismatched football league, proving that glory, bruises, and heart have no age limit.
There we go.
And there's a little synopsis, and I'll within a week I'll have the script finished.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Fast.
Maybe you need a football mom. I could be a football mom.
There we go.
We got the Bridge Club. We have the Bridge Club.
Oh, there you go.
They're the
Sounds
only
good.
antagonists in the story.
We've
They're
got
the only
Natalie
ones who
here.
push
She's
back.
got the wrong skin. Let's get the right skin up for you, Natalie. Let's get your Hollywood, Texas review.
Nando's got an announcement.
Go for it. Yeah, Nando, bring it
Yeah,
in.
so I just put it in the chat. My band, the De Leon Project, is going to be playing live during South by Southwest at the historic Hole in the Wall venue on the Drag right here in Austin, Texas.
Wow.
Friday the 13th at 1 p.m. That's when we go on.
What's the drag? Is that 6th Street or what's the drag?
Oh my God, you're a newcomer, huh? The
Yeah.
Drag is Guadalupe. It's right on UT.
Oh, Guadalupe.
Yeah, Guadalupe.
Yeah.
And this is the second time we're playing Chicken Ranch Records. Their headliners are P-Lander Z, which just came out on KView. The news that they got their van stolen earlier this year in February, and they're still going to make it. So y'all come down and check it out. They always put on a good show. Chicken Ranch Records at Hole in the Wall, Friday the 13th.
What are the dates of South by Southwest from when to when?
The 12th to the 18th, I think, 20th. Officially. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Nando, are you on Saturday coming to our live taping of in person a TV show? We're actually filming a TV show.
I would love to, but I'm working. I got a call and I'm working. I'm back to work, baby.
All right.
So,
Well, we're there.
we're booked this weekend and the second weekend, but I would like to very much drop by sometime, so I'll say hello during the whole event.
Awesome. Well, we're there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Natalie is actually producing the whole freaking thing. Let's hear it for Natalie.
Right.
And she's been booking modeling gigs, commercials, TV shows, and she's doing an improv at the show. So, I mean, she's just on fire. When, feast or famine, let me tell you. It's all about work, life.
If you guys ever need an acting coach,
Yeah.
Tony Boldi, my friend.
you are. All right,
Wow.
guys, we're close to critical mass. What I'm going to do, we're slowly switching channels, right? This is SLS, Shredded Lens Studios, and we have the Hollywood Review on the Shredded Lens platform. We're going to actually move the Hollywood Review to a StreamYard platform on a different day. So we're going to go back to Gen Labs or Gen Shreds for Thursdays, which is a school. So we're going back to teaching class. RC and I will let you know with Natalie. Natalie's our new producer, by the way, of the Hollywood Review. And so we will let you guys know when and where we're moving this format. And we're going to do it live, like I said, at South by Southwest on Thursday, the 12th. So what I want to do here is just a quick, we're not going to do all the openings and commercials and any of that. I want you guys that have prepared your segments. I'm just going to go down the line. So we've taped it because we're recording. So I'll just do an introduction. Vance, if you want to do an introduction, you can introduce me. And then RC and I will banter. We'll talk to Natalie because she's got to run about her Hollywood, Texas review. Then we'll go to Lou about your sports review. We'll go to a box office review. Then we're going to go to you, Lisa. We're going to talk to you for a half hour, take questions, and then kind of play it by ear if that works for you.
Sure.
Hey,
All right,
I had a question for Natalie.
go for it.
I was wondering, I have such a hard time because I have this alkaline water, right?
Oh,
And I have a hydrogen maker and I have to put them together. I wonder, is there any way to like make this into one thing so I
there
can just get
is,
it done all at
RC.
once?
Thank you for asking. There's an ionizer that you could get that will last you 30 years, and it's a
Oh,
medical grade device. If y'all want any
oh,
information about it, just reach out. I got you.
okay.
And this
Thank you for
episode
asking.
brought to you by hydrogen water. And I don't know if you can see it, but this is the sample of it that's
Oh,
actually being blurred out. So
I should get it. I might get it.
I don't know if I could. There we go.
Okay,
There you go. Alkaline water.
Carol,
This
just drop your email and I'll send you some info. I'll invite you to my
Okay,
next
sweetie.
webinar.
That would be
There it
beautiful.
is.
Thank you.
So Natalie,
Yes,
can you put anything in the chat?
yeah, I will right now.
You're now officially our sponsor for today's episode.
Because Natalie, I
Yay.
legit have this. It's a real issue. Like I've been through a few of these machines, and you said it before. They last a couple months, and then I'm spending all my money on these pH, and I want it.
Right,
I mean, as an athlete, I know the benefits, but
right.
I actually, we're just having a little fun. But I went to her talk, and it's amazing. And even I didn't know some of the things that this water does. It's right up my alley, and I'm a 56-year-old professional football player. So I mean, this is stuff I research and do, and then there was the solution. So that was fantastic, Natalie.
It's so cool. Thanks, RC.
It's amazing.
All right. So I'm going to add one more skin. If anybody wants to ask questions, just for this.
Lisa, it's
Yeah.
Husher.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I just didn't know if there was
Also,
any.
Lisa, I am a big fan.
Oh, you are? Have you
Yes.
watched any? Okay. Do you have any?
Yes.
Okay. We'll talk your energy
So
later.
excited.
We'll talk about you.
Okay. I have to go to rehearsal tonight, but I'm gonna stick around as long as possible. Tony,
All
I
right.
do want to do a brief Hollywood, Texas review.
All right, perfect. So we're going to get the show started. So we're not going to do the normal intro. We'll edit that in later. So Vance will introduce me. I will banter. I will talk to RC. We'll banter. We'll bring Natalie because she's got to go. We'll banter. We'll do Lou. He'll do his sports, whatever. And then we'll go to the box office reviews. Then we'll go to an official introduction for Lisa. And then we'll free for all it for the rest of it. So Lisa, you can have 30 minutes to yourself, whatever you want. You want us to interview or you want to just talk? It's entirely up to you.
Well,
I like engaging. I like it. People throwing questions, me talking.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun. We like that.
I've got a intro for you. I can bring you out, Lisa, and then I got questions. So
Yeah, no.
Bring it.
I'm ready for you.
Bring it.
All right, everybody get your positions. Look at your backgrounds. Try to find the best position. Sometimes it's this way. Sometimes it's this way. And sometimes it's just like this.
I'm copying Natalie because she knows.
I'm
Yes.
trying, yeah.
All right, guys. If the camera sees you, you see in your monitor what we're seeing back. So it's up to you on what you want your frame to look like. Usually on set, we control the camera. Unfortunately, now you guys. So you're responsible for your own image, your own lighting, your own sound, your own background. This is up to you guys on how good you look. All right. Everyone's ready to go. Michelle, think of a question. Nando, think of a question because you guys have the skins. If anybody else wants to ask a question, the skin's in your chat. Just upload it to your background. That means you want to ask a question, and we'll bring you in. All right, just turn your mics off, everybody. Here we go. I'm going to count you down, Vance, and you're going to introduce us, and we're going to have fun. It is an improv. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight's host is a Hollywood actor, producer, branding strategist, and an industry mentor with more than 2 decades of experience in film and television, beginning his career as a musician. Please welcome the one, the only, Tony Boldi.
I love it, Vance. Thank you so much for the introduction. Yay. All right, guys, we're just having fun. This is a class exercise. It is not an official NBC TV show, so just have fun. With that being said, let's bring in my co-host, RC Everbeck. Hey, how's your week been, RC?
My week has been great. It's been hectic. We're gearing up for South by Southwest, which is in Austin, where you are, and we're all getting ready, packing bags, and getting ready to head to Austin the 11th through the 18th. And I really feel like, it's just such a blessing that we can all meet like this, wherever we are in the world, but then also come together physically, to glad slap each other and give hugs and, credit where credit is due for all the hard work that's being done. Natalie, especially, Vance, really crushing it. Tony, it's an event. And if you've never been to a festival as someone who's presenting or hosting, participant's one thing, but when you're trying to put on events and stuff, there's just so much that goes into it. It's like hosting 10 events, and the team has been really, really fantastic. So
Yeah, we're launching. I'm actually going to bring Natalie in right now. Natalie's going to talk about the Hollywood Texas Review and what we're doing at South by Southwest, and let's bring her in. So here comes Natalie. Everyone put your hands together for the new Hollywood Texas Review live with Natalie Payton. Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you.
What have you been doing over there on the 6th Street strip?
Today, apparently, people are trying to get in touch with me for the event. Today, I finalized the press release. I ordered all of our posters and banners and worked on the schedule for South by Southwest. So let me give you a little bit of an idea. This event, this festival, this conference started in the 90s. I'm a native Austinite. And I remember going to South by literally in my diapers. Like, this is baby core memories with my father. And all it was is listening to bands that were showcasing their talent to get picked up. Over the years, Austin became Silicon Hills because we're called the Hill Country, and all these tech companies started coming, and they decided, oh, we need to also make a tech part of the conference. And then they did that, and then they're like, well, lots of films happening in Texas. We had a heyday. It is coming back. So they brought that in. Now we've since combined it back into 1 week, and we're trying to bring back the original South by Southwest with Lightstone House, which is me, Tony, RC Everbeck, Vance, Damian Lichtenstein, and we're going to be launching a lot of new IPs. There's a lot more people on our team. I'm not doing it justice right now, but we're launching all of these new films and announcing them. We're also showcasing a brand new show hosted by Tony called 6th Street at Bentley's. We have such an incredible venue, and if you care about energy or things aligning or the stars aligning, like, this is exactly what's happening for our team. And so we just keep looking up okay, I guess this is how it's going to go. We have a wonderful venue. We just got a text from the Kill Tony artist. He did the mural at the venue, and that looks amazing. It's alive. It's exciting. The energy is infectious, and so much good is going to come from this. Literally, I think it'll realive in the community. And so thank you for letting me share a little bit about that. I will send a Luma invite for anybody who's in town.
Well, thank you for the update on the Hollywood Texas Review. Very excited to
nicely done. Nice debut, Natalie. Nicely done.
All right, Natalie, stick around as long as you can. We may have questions for you, but I am going to put you back here. Let's bring in Lou. What do you think, RC? He did a great job last week.
Great job last week. I'm really looking forward to it.
Lou, what's going on? How you been all week?
What is up, everybody? I've been good. It's actually been a pretty busy week for me, guys. There's a lot going on in sports. We got a lot of things coming up. So I don't know. Whenever we're ready, I'm ready to rock and roll.
I think we're ready. I'm going to pull us out of here. I'm actually driving the bus. Ken's out of town, and so I will see how well I can do all of it. Here we go. Put our hands together for the Hollywood Review Sports Minute with Lou Chu.
All right. Good evening and welcome to the Sports Review. I am Lou Chu, aka Lou from Peru. You know what? Let's keep it international because tomorrow starts the World Baseball Classic. The favorites this year are the usual heavyweights, the whites, the Asians, the brown guys that aren't Mexicans. If you knew that I was talking about USA, Japan, and the Dominican Republic, you are both an avid sports fan and maybe a little bit racist. What amazes me about sports is how somehow it supersedes real life. Cuba is in the World Baseball Classic and is literally in a nationwide blackout right now. Yet somehow they still managed to send a full baseball team to the tournament, which proves something powerful about sports. No matter what's happening in the world, someone somewhere is still saying, yeah, but who's pitching tonight? It's madness. Speaking of madness, though, it is March, which means the nation's sports bettors are madly crunching away the numbers to pick the elusive perfect bracket. How elusive, you ask? 1 in 9 quintillion. The closest anyone has ever gotten to picking all 63 games correct is the number 49. That's it. This year's tournament's going to feature a few names that we are all probably familiar with. Boozer, Stojakovic, Mutombo, Wilkins. Yep, all the NBA greats whose offspring are now one step away from joining the league. We even have Shaq's kid playing in the tournament, and then LeBron's youngest son is now also going to be competing in the madness. Moving over to women's college basketball, it got off to a bang over in the Sun Belt tournament. I forget the teams' names, but there were 8 ejections and a referee was knocked out. 8 players gone, a ref on the ground. Proves 2 things. 1, women's basketball is low-key kind of tough. And 2, ESPN might be onto something, replacing Sunday night baseball with women's basketball games instead. Finally, tonight, I want to remember the legendary coach Lou Holtz, a man with a great name and a respected career spanning 7 decades. Lou Holtz led 6 different programs to bowl victories, including Notre Dame, where he started the famous tunnel sign, "Play like a champion today." But more than bring glory to one of college football's beloved Midwestern teams, Lou Holtz was known for his wisdom. He once said that everyone in life needs 4 things: something to do, someone to love, something to believe in, and something to hope for. Honestly, it's not a bad game plan when it comes to this sport we call life. I'm Lou Chu. That was your sports review.
Oh, yeah, that was spectacular. Each week, better and better and better. I love it. I'm going to bring RC in. RC, what do you think, man? I think this was going to stick around. He might outlast us, actually.
Yeah, hey, Jimmy Kimmel used to be Jimmy the Sports Guy at K-Rock. He surpassed Adam Carolla. I see a career for you, brother.
That's
Might be
awesome,
going
man.
deep
I like
with Lou Chu, but hey,
It's a passion for me. It's definitely fun. And if I can share
Well,
something real quick, I do have a little video of myself at a recent golf expo. You can see how close I came to winning a new putter.
oh, you want to show us? Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you in 1 second.
All right, here we go, guys.
so this is like 1 in a trillion, right? The hole in one. Okay.
You'll see, this is an 80 footer. This is an 80 footer. Where is it? Oh,
And Vance, you're coming up next. RC, you're after that, and then we'll get into our celebrity guest. All right,
All
we'll
right.
see you. What you got? Oh,
that close.
oh.
That close. That close.
Very close.
What do they say? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's right.
All right, let's hear it for the Sports Minute with Lou Chu.
Great job, Lou Chu.
All right, man, we're moving right along. We got Vance. You remember Vance? Vance is doing our Hollywood box office reviews, and we're gonna bring him in. How you been? What's the week been like for you, Vance?
week has been non-stop setting up for South by Southwest between getting all the images ready and all the reels ready and everything we've got. And I'll be heading out on Monday with the team. We'll
Oh,
be driving out and we're looking for some exciting time out there. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a great
we've
time.
been doing it
I'm
all
looking
week
forward.
long, Natalie and I, and it's just been
Mm.
the energy. They're really arms wide open. They're welcoming us. They're calling us angels, literally going, "We're so happy you're here." They're really opening all the doors. We have new office spaces. We have party rooms. We have live TV stations. We have theater rooms, movie rooms. We have live music venues, full camera. I mean, this thing is amazing. When you guys get here, you'll see. So those of you coming to South by, definitely stop by our Soho house at Bentley's. So excited. All right, we're going to give you the box office reviews. We're going to pull RC and myself out, and we'll be right back. RC, you're up next. Make sure you change your skin, and we will see you after this segment. All right, the show is yours. The floor is yours.
I went different old school today. All the new movies that were telling great stories, but there's one movie which I really got into because I've been talking to RC and watching his footage from all of his programs. But I remember this movie called Second String. But what makes Second String so interesting, it's about how you don't have to be the star to make an impact. You can be the younger guy. You can be the little guy. All you have to do is believe. And what was so cool about this movie, you had John Boyd, who didn't believe in any of these guys, but was forced to use them because the whole first string got wiped out by a oyster, and so they ended up hospitalized. So the second string was pulled up into the playoffs and onto the Super Bowl. So this longtime backup quarterback, not even in football at the beginning of the movie, comes in and he becomes the spotlight with a rare chance to lead this group of misfits, which kind of makes it interesting about Monty's script that he was talking about the old guys coming in. This one, these are real athletes. They are there, but they've been hiding in the shadows, waiting for their moment to come forward. And like any writer, like anyone we do, that's where we're waiting for our time. We've got our stuff, we're ready to go. And when the time comes, you grab on with both hands and hold on tight. And so, just like Second String, they held on tight. They went to New Orleans in this situation and won the Super Bowl. And Austin's going to be our Super Bowl. I can feel it. And that's the Hollywood Review, guys.
The Hollywood Box Office Review with Vance D. All right, everybody,
There you go,
listen. Each
Vance.
week we're getting better and better. You guys, we may take this to network. You never know. We'll just keep playing. We're having fun. If it's not fun, we're not doing it. All right, we're going to bring RC Everbeck in with a new skin. He's actually doing the Hollywood Minute. Sometimes I say it's only a minute. He says, no, it's a minute section. We'll see. I might interrupt him. He might interrupt me. You never know what's going to happen.
Never
RC
can
and
tell.
Tony Boldi. All right, RC, you ready for the Hollywood Minute?
I am.
Wah, wah, wah. All
Brr,
right,
brr,
for the
brr,
Hollywood Minute, let's give
brr.
our hand a big round of applause to RC Everbeck.
I'm RC Everbeck, and this is the Hollywood Minute. Ben Affleck is making news not as a movie maker, but as an AI venturist. His company Interpositive, which is AI technology, was bought by Netflix. Now, it isn't a create a prompt and then it spits something out. It's tools for the filmmaker. Now, they're not expected to release it to the public, and they're only going to use it for them proprietary. And Affleck will serve as an advisor because of his extensive film experience and career. Next, Netflix $72 billion all cash offer was declined. Yes, Paramount's 111 billion offer was accepted. That is a big breath of relief for a lot of us in Hollywood, where we kind of are afraid a little bit to get away from that Hollywood studio setup. So for me, it's good, but we'll see what they have to do. Paramount's very excited, and they are bringing it. As far as films go, Scream 7 broke all of the records of the previous Screams with $97 million in their weekend opener. So that was unexpected, but great. Brittany got a DUI. I'll just leave it there. Savannah Guthrie, who is on the Today Show, she returned after her mother went missing. It was a very emotional thing, and it actually got a lot of press on that. But she's back on TV. Things are, getting back to normal for the Today Show. And the last thing we have is Zendaya and Tom Holland got secretly married. That's right. They eloped, so to speak. And the person who outed them They're wardrobe stylists. And that's the Hollywood Minute with RC Everbeck. Back to Tony
Yeah,
Boldi.
that was a great quick section. I didn't even need to interrupt you. I love it, guys. You guys having fun? Hopefully, you guys are having fun. So we've got two more segments. They're not here today, but I'm going to show you their skin. So I'm just going to screen share. RC, that was amazing. If you want to switch back for your
I'm gonna.
hosting with Lisa, our guest is coming up. We're very excited. We have not met her yet, but we've heard so much about her. We've seen her social media. Carrie Ann, her publicist, is a dear, dear friend of ours, and so we look forward to having our conversation with her. But let me show you some stuff that we're doing here. This is another section we have with this is DJ Echo. He's busy making some music right now in the studio. But the Hollywood Review Music Minute with DJ Echo. So we're really happy. He's making a lot of music for the show here and some of our feature films, and we'll see him live. He's actually joining us in Texas, in Austin. And then I don't know if I have to reshare to show you the newest section. I do. So here comes the newest screen share. We're really excited about this. This is the Hollywood Woo Woo with Alice and Jane. Intuition, energy, Hollywood insight, where spirituality meets show business. Intuition, energy, and manifestation, Hollywood stories, creative breakthroughs, streaming right here on shreddedlens.com. The Hollywood Woo Woo, live with Alice and Jane. So that's going to be a fun little section that we've added. So just building it. If you guys got a show you guys want to work on, we encourage you to launch it here. We'll support you. We'll help you build it. And maybe you'll have your own show that you have the whole hour or 2 hours to yourself. So again, we are here to experiment, try things, and just not be scared to be creative. All right, RC, you ready for our guest? I am.
Yes, yes. I've been prepping. It's been hard to find the exact right thing to say because she does so much stuff. If you can bring her up, I would like to introduce Lisa Husher.
Let's put our hands together, the Hollywood style for our celebrity guest. Lisa, it's so fun to have you here. And who's your co-host? Who is that little sweetie?
Okay, so this is Toby. This cat is a cat that was supposed to die like 6-7 years ago.
Oh my God.
And didn't die.
Well, then it wasn't supposed to die because it's here.
So he's alive. This is not a dead cat. Just so you know.
Hi, sweetie. I love kitties. All right, RC.
You don't know how old he is. He's a rescue.
I love it. RC, I'll let you
never know.
And I'll be back in
Okay.
2 and 2. I'm not letting it go.
So everybody, I'd like to welcome to the show Lisa Husher. She is an intuitive coach, an author, a podcast host, and an entrepreneur with over 2 decades of entrepreneurial experience. Lisa brings a rare blend of intuition, innovation, and experience to the entertainment industry, to everything she creates. As the visionary behind Sunshine's Secret of OC, which is Orange County for those of us who don't live in Los Angeles, Lisa has become a trusted voice in personal and professional empowerment, bringing the worlds of spirituality, media, and mindful entrepreneurship. A dynamic podcast host, published author, and retreat curator, Lisa inspires audiences through her signature events and luxury experiences. Powerful conversations that spotlight authenticity and transformation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. That's a lot to chew on. Guy, I do a lot. I'm busy. This is why I'm so tired. I didn't realize how busy I was. Thank you.
You do quite a bit. It's a lot, and I could pick through some stuff that I'm really curious about, but why don't you kick us off with, I got it.
Okay.
Very recently, Lisa she brought the wellness, media, and music together at Song Tribe's Grammy weekend launch. So why don't you tell us about Song Tribe's Grammy weekend launch?
Okay, great. Yeah, and that was something that Carrie Ann, my publicist, had invited me to during Grammy's time, and was a lot of these songwriters and new artists got together, and it was at the W in Hollywood. And we just sort of, it was a networking opportunity for everyone to sort of get together. I know a lot of people came up to me and, asking me, what I do. And I'm like, well, I'm an intuitive, so ask me a question. So I was amidst all the artists, but, I'm not a singer nor a songwriter, but I can help them come up with ideas And so, yeah, so that was kind of that experience. It
So
was a
you
really
were
fun
mixing around and mingling with them and sort of
event.
sharing your experience with them. Why did you get involved? What prompted you to head over there and be a part of that?
Well, I think it was, what's cool about being an intuitive or being, however you want to call it, a clairvoyant, psychic medium, is that everybody's interested in it. You tell somebody that that's what you do, they're like, wow, like, what is that? What do you do? Or they have a question for you, or they know somebody, or they have a story. So I can really go into any industry or any situation. It doesn't matter if I can go into sports. I know nothing about sports, say what I do, and strike up a conversation with somebody.
Mhm.
So that's kind of the beauty about being an intuitive. So Carrie Ann, my publicist was like, you should come to this. There's a lot of artists and songwriters. I'm like, sure, I can hang with them.
Okay, so all right, you said a
Mhm.
lot of people ask you what is an intuitive, and
Mhm.
I'm one of them. What's an
Okay.
intuitive?
Okay. So, and it's hard because I try to make it really simple for
Mhm.
people because it can get kind of complex with all the different aspects of intuition. So I kind of break it down and I say, we all have the gift of intuition. So we all have it. Some of us are more tapped in than others. I have been, I guess you call it an intuitive since I was born because I always had the gift. Um, and I share with people that intuition can be a sense of, um, well, I'll call it clairaudient, which is like hearing, clear hearing, or we all sort of have the gut instinct, the gut feelings, right?
Right.
The all knowing feeling where we're like, I don't think that's the right situation for me. That's an intuitive as well. Clairvoyant, which we kind of touched on a little bit earlier when I met you all, and that's clear seeing. So that's like photos. So I see photos in my head, or almost looking like a movie projector. So I'll see like a movie playing in my head, and that's clairaudient. So there's lots of different ways that we're connected with our intuition. Everybody thinks it's just one way. So
So,
it's
but
seeing
do
things.
you
Mhm.
reach out to a person, or you speak with someone and say, I'm feeling or seeing these things, or is it just you keep it to yourself, or you have to turn it on?
That's a really great question. I think over the years I've fine-tuned it. So yes, I ask for permission. So if like let's say I'm just out and about and I'm feeling something, I'm connecting with a friend, then I ask for permission. I say, "Hey, you know what? I'm feeling something or I'm sensing something or I'm seeing something. Can I share it with you?" Because honestly, I think it's rude. I think it's rude for people to go around and be like, tapping somebody on the shoulder, like, hey, I see your dead mom, or hey, did you have a sister that pat? Like, I think it's tacky, right? So now I do.
Have you ever
That's
done that before you got
no.
your sort of code? Did that
Well,
ever
let's just
happen?
say after couple glasses of wine, I'll be like, you have a sister named Betty? Like, so I try not to do that too much. Because
Okay.
I think it's rude, but yes. So I try to be very, appropriate. Um, but when people come on like the podcast, they know why they're coming on.
So,
And I connect with them energetically. They're open, and I usually have them come on with a question or somebody that maybe has passed on that they want to try to connect with. So they're already prepared instead of me just throwing it out there, at the mall. Hey, kind of like, by the way, and I've done that before. So I try to be careful. I
I
have
have a,
stories. I
I
have
have a,
good stories.
I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Are you having fun?
always.
We already love you.
I actually pictured that
I'm
that
silly.
that she was
What?
having
Oh,
fun, but I didn't want to be rude and say it.
You knew
So
that, didn't you, RC?
you were intuitively
I
sensing
did, and
that.
I
Gosh,
just was
she's
like,
having fun.
that'd be rude if I said it.
I want to give a big shout out. TJ Gibson joined us. He's incognito, but he's one of my dear, dear brothers, and he's out there killing it out there in the real world playing music. Hope to see him at South by. So let's take some questions. What do you think, RC?
Not just yet.
All
Only
right.
because I want to give a broader scope.
Mhm.
She answered my question. I'd like to get into who she is and some of the things she did, like Sunshine Secret of Orange County
Oh,
or The
he's gonna deep
Housewives of
dive
Orange
in you,
County.
Lisa.
Some of these things, and we'll see where questions land.
So you
So
guys, if
tell
you
us
have to
real
stand
quick
in the
about some.
background, you can actually ask some questions. So I encourage you guys to think of your questions, and
Mhm.
we'll bring you up after RC is ready to bring you guys in. All right.
So, and I'm just trying to broad scope it for you because our audience will have lots of questions, but I don't want to just pigeonhole. So I want them to be able to pick and choose because you are so dynamic. That introduction that I gave was a long one and it was diverse. So maybe you can hit on Sunshine Secret of OC, and then the Housewives of Orange County. Those are two maybe things that I mean, I would like to hear about.
Sure. Well, the Orange County, the Housewives of OC, that was fun. That was actually, it was season 17. It was their first, the first episode, and they brought me in to do an intuitive workshop. So what I did was, this was really fun, because you don't know who's getting along, who's not getting along, who likes somebody, who doesn't like somebody. And so I energetically matched them just based on energy, right? So
Uh,
I put each one with somebody. We all kind of like everybody had somebody. And some of them got upset, like, why did you put me with her? Or I don't want to be with her. I'm like, it's just my intuition. Like I did not plan this, you
mhm.
know. So it was like a full day of filming, and then they, do bits and pieces, but it was kind of fun because a lot of the things that came out with that intuition workshop came out through all the episodes. So they didn't show everything in the intuition workshop, or you would know what was going to happen in the season.
How did your matching work? Were you on point or?
Yeah, yeah. And so what I do is I match them and then I put them through a series of intuitive exercises. So
Mm.
like some visualizations, some questions and things like that, just like I do in my retreats and workshops. Um, but a couple of them were irritated with me, like like I did it on purpose, which I'm like, I don't know. How would I know you didn't like her, or do you like her? Or, then they end up being besties at the end of the season. So,
Right,
right.
right.
But I knew that already. I just didn't tell anybody because then I'd spoil it. So that was fun. I really enjoy doing that because it's, first of all, it's entertainment and I'm using my gifts as well and kind of showcasing.
Right.
So, and you've got all these different personality types. So
Well,
everybody's
those are
different.
crazy shows.
Oh yeah.
That'd be tough to navigate. So I applaud you
Yeah.
for
And
those
they're all
efforts.
wonderful. They're actually all beautiful, wonderful
Hmm.
women. They're really
Sure,
great. So
sure.
that was a blast. And then the podcast, I actually just started last July. So it hasn't even been a year yet since the podcast I started. That's the
Oh,
Sunshine Secret of OC. And what I do is similar to this. It's so fun because it is unscripted, but it's also I don't prepare anything. I don't a lot of the times too. I don't want to know anything about anybody. So a lot of the times the people before they're like, well, I want to talk to you before the show and like I want talking points and all this. Like, no, we're not going to have any talking points. We're not going to have anything. You're going
is
to
that
just
why you didn't call me back? Is that's a Tony move? The two of
is
you.
it?
Dude, she is speaking my language,
Okay, good.
baby.
So like, yeah, because here's the thing. I want it to be organic and I'm channeling. So I don't no, I'm not preparing what I'm going to channel.
Mhm.
How would I know?
I have a question, Lisa. How did you figure out you were clairvoyant, psychic, a medium, God's download? Like, when did you know this was real?
Well, I noticed it, and if it's because I've got cat hair from the cat sitting on me. When I was a child and I was a blurter, one of those kids. So, um, where like I would be, 6, 7 years old, and then I would be with my mom and I would make these comments about like her friends, oh, so and so, they're gonna get divorced or this and that. And she's like, shh, you know what I mean? Be quiet. And then later on, like we find out they're getting divorced, and she's like, well, how do you know? I'm like, I just knew. So like that, I would be sharing things with her about things that were going to happen. Um, and so that was one of the indications. The other thing is, I don't know if any of you have heard of psychometry before. Have you heard of psychometry,
I mean, it sounds
Tony?
like psychic comedy, but I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
that actually would be a lot of fun. I would do that. No, what it is, it's it's reading
Lisa,
energy
I'm
on a
guessing that's not it. Okay.
no, but I would try that. It's reading energy off of an object. So like a piece of jewelry, Something that somebody's worn for a long
Well,
period of
that's what they
time.
do when they're detectives. They're looking for people. You know, Ronald Reagan's wife. You should actually do that for the police department. They would find people. My mom did it with me, and I didn't want to play that game because I thought it was like woo woo. And but she's like, no, no, no. This person's where are they? And I said, I don't know. They're at the bottom of the Grand Canyon or something.
Yeah.
Well, they actually went there and looked. They were there. And so I was like, whoa, what is that? I was just messing around. That's my psychic comedy. I was just being funny, but it was real. I was told I'm Romanian, right? We have a lot of gypsy in my blood, but I was told it's used to protect us. And when you try to make money from it, that's when it gets a little weird. So people like try to take me to the horse races, and I'm like, no, 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 that's not how it works. They said, well, let's not spend any money. Let's buy, $1, get the little horse thing, just put some stuff down. Don't show us, wad it up, put it in your pocket, and at the end of the horse race, pull it out and let's see how you did. Not only did I get every horse right, but I also knew what horse was going to break its leg in what race. They're like, dude, you'd be a multimillionaire. I'm like, nope. The second I put $2 down, doesn't work.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
That I totally agree with that. And I think that's also why it's taken me a long time, I mean, to do what I'm actually doing now is because of the ethical, like what do you do with your gift when you have a gift? How do you do that? Do you, it was difficult. So because I never charged, I never did readings, I never did any of that. Nothing. But what happens is when people find out that you have these gifts, then they become like they suck your energy. They become vampire. Like, well, what about this? What about this? Or what about this? And you're like, I start saying like, well, I don't know. I'm not tapped in, or I don't know. It's like almost like dumbing it down in a way where I repressed it and I acted like I didn't know because I was just going to be used for information,
Well,
you
that's why
know.
we were calling this segment the woo woo because everyone's like, "Whoa, that's woo woo. You're doing the woo woo." And I'm joking, but I'm serious. It's like all of us have it. It's
Yeah.
whether we want to allow us to be relaxed enough to feel it. It's a tiny little voice. It can be as loud as soon as you relax. So that's my experience. Is we all have the gift. It's the radio station. Are you tuned into it? And that's mine. And I'll give the show back to you, RC.
My mom had it. I'd be out playing hooky or something, and she'd go in my room and look around. She's like, "He's down at the tracks. He's not at baseball." And she'd come down there, and I'm like, "How'd you find me?"
Yeah.
It was weird. Like she just would be able to find me whatever little thing I did. So I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
down.
I mean, I made the decision that the gift that I wanted to use it to help people. So I wanted to use it to help people having, navigating hard times in life or getting through a transition, or if somebody's passed, having closure. That's how I chose to use my gift. Because both of my parents, my mom died. I was 22 years old and my dad died when I was 2. And I don't have any brothers or sisters. So that's kind of young to not have anybody around. And so having those senses that you can rely on helped me navigate my life. Some people turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, they have all these other ways to cope. And for me, that was the path that I chose, was to open up all those senses and have the unknown guide me and trust. And so that's where it really exploded, was me just being alone and having to navigate through life,
I love
which
it.
a lot of us
I
have
really
to
would
do.
like to get some questions in. So
Mhm.
I know we can get back to the interview portion, RC, but I really want to get
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
questions in. So, anybody have a question? I know Monty does. He's our invisible ghost. Speaking of woo woo, Monty, what's your question for our guest tonight?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm here. You see me? I'm the ghost.
He's the woo woo.
Yeah. If you're helping somebody, let's say you can tell them what you see, are you able to detect the person's belief system, how the belief system either supports their life or either sabotages themselves? Are you able to guide them? Are you able to see how deep within the person to find out what core belief is guiding them?
Yeah, I think that's a really great question. And how I connect with that is through energy. So it's an energetic connection. So I actually will feel it. So, meaning that, um, like I'll say, for example, um, I can feel like, your childhood was really stressful for you and you've carried things through that. Um, and I can see some of the decisions that you've made based on that stress. Have you ever tried doing this? Or have you ever, because I really like to give um, some simple tools for them to navigate things differently if they're doing something right that's not working for them based on some of their core beliefs that they have that they've carried or they've come up with from different experiences, trauma, the way they were brought up, whatever. So that when they leave me, that it's positive and that they've got something tangible that they can actually do. It's not like, well, Lisa told me this, but now what do I do? They actually have something. I've given them something to take, to think about, and to do. So I'm hoping, I mean, does that kind of answer like
Got it.
your
I
question
got it.
or,
Yeah, that's clear.
oh, because I can keep going. That's not a problem.
That's great. I know Michelle had a question. Are you still here, Michelle?
I am. So I've actually got two, but I'll ask one now, and then if we've got time, I can ask the other one. So I'm just curious because I work with the arts and the spiritual discipline, and you talk a lot about this awakening your inner wisdom.
Hmm.
So how do you see creative expression, whether it's through the arts or how you curate your daily life? And serving it as a gateway for people to hear that inner voice, that inner wisdom that you talk about.
That is such a great question. I have always been creative. Like I have designed clothes. I had a clothing line. I had a store, a really cool store. I've done lots of very creative things because that was an outlet for me for my intuitive abilities, right? I wasn't going around channeling
Mhm.
and talking to dead people and giving readings, but I had an outlet. Like I needed to use my intuition for something. So, for example, like when I've talked to, I had like this really cool DJ on my show, and I was like, how do you come up with like, because she plays the violin and then she does the DJ stuff. Like, how do you come up with these songs? And she's like, I hear it. I go, what do you hear? She says, I hear, um, like I hear the beats, and then I hear words. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So you kind of are downloading, channeling these words, and then you hear the music and then you kind of compile it together. So she's using her creative, intuitive abilities to come up with music and songs, in that kind of that channeling. So just like somebody who's my dad was actually a painter. And he was also kind of a mystic. I read a lot of his writings. He did pass when I was two, but um, he was a painter, and so what I've learned from people that are painting, they see things, right? So they're painting from a photo in their head, maybe, or a vision. I mean, that's all our creative, intuitive abilities too. So somebody using, they're painting, they see things differently. I can't paint because I can't do that coordination. But I mean, that's just another example is honing in on their specific field or what their talent is, and then asking them questions around that, whether it's something that they are like the DJ who can hear, or the painter that can see, or the writer that can feel, right? He's intuitively feeling, and then the words are coming. I don't know where the words are coming. Sometimes people say that, right? I don't know. Are they, you know? So I mean, I think most artists, I think, are highly intuitive.
I love it. I love it. Francesca, do you have a question? Welcome. Happy to have you here.
Hi, how's everybody?
Wonderful. Glad to see you.
Good to see you too, and great to meet you, Lisa.
Great to
Um,
meet you.
I just jumped on a few minutes ago, but I noted like basically I do have some family as well that I know my paternal grandmother, she actually helped people and did seances and everything in the 60s, and she was Santeria. So it's really cool that jumping on, seeing such an interesting part of how humanity and the human experience can tie with the spiritual world. Um, I wanted to ask, basically growing up, I don't know if I missed it or anything, but what was that like growing up? And knowing and seeing that gift that you had that tied your soul to the other side.
It was I spent a lot of time alone for whatever reason. I can't remember why I was alone so much. Maybe because I was a little nerdy, but I would actually, I mean, not to freak all you guys out, but like I would astral project, like I would fly in my sleep through thing. I would fly. I would have people that were not alive talking to me. And so I spent a lot of time in that with that community. I'm like, oh, let's do this. Let's fly. So it was kind of at first was fearful. I was scared, which a lot of people talk to me about. They're like, this is scary because once you start telling people what you do, you're amazed at how many people have similar experiences because no one talks about it because it's weird. But then once I'm like, well, I'm weird and this is what happened to me, they're like, that happened to me too. Flew through the air also. I had this dead person talk to me too the other day. I'm like, see, it's not just me. But yeah, I think that as a child, and I think that's probably why I'm so comfortable with it too, is because it's been with me for so long. I didn't tell people when I was young. Now I don't care. But I mean, as a child, I didn't share it. So I feel like lonely I was lonely, to an answer to you. And I am finding adults now that had similar experiences as children, and they are so grateful that they have somebody that they can talk to about it and not feel like that was weird. And I'm just saying that's normal. A lot of us have those experiences. We just don't sit around drinking tea and t talking about dead people. It's just not, we don't do it, you know?
So,
So.
Lisa, how do you know you're not channeling the dark spirits? How do you put a wall up so that you're safe?
I did that when I was really, really young. Because I think as we all maybe I hope we all know is that the vibration of love is the highest vibration. And I move through love and through joy and through peace. And so because I'm vibrating at that level, that evil or fear or dark that doesn't penetrate me. Like it doesn't even, I've never had an experience with that. I don't do any paranormal, ghost, weird stuff like that. I don't do any of that. And I think it's just making the statement of like, I choose love. I choose only goodness. I choose bright light. I want to help others. I don't have time for anything that's dark or evil or anything like that. So it's making those statements. And yeah, I haven't had any of those. They can't, they can't come. They can't get me.
That's great. You're
Yeah.
protected. You're highly favored, as Natalie likes
Yeah.
to say.
So,
Well, we've got, I'm sure, questions from Tim, and we've got questions
oh,
from Nando. Nando, let's go with Nando, and then you, Tim, and then Vance, of course, and Lou. Everybody can ask questions. Nando, what are your questions for our wonderful celebrity guest?
Yes, Lisa, thank you so much for being part of this meeting. A fascinating subject matter. My question is, have you ever done any forensic profiling work?
it's funny that you should ask. I'll make this really short, this story, but it's a crazy story. So you can all hear me. Make sure that no one's frozen. No one's frozen.
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. So I met someone I at one of my retreats. The retreat was done. I was actually walking by, I was at in Malibu. We were at this beautiful resort. I was walking by the jacuzzi. There was a lady in the jacuzzi, and I have that thing where people just talk to me. It doesn't matter if I'm in the jacuzzi or I'm walking by, they just start talking. So she just struck up a conversation while I was walking by. And I looked at her and she looked at me, and I knew that the universe was putting us together for a reason. I did not know why, but we continued talking. And I told her about my retreat. She goes, "Oh, let's exchange phone numbers just in case I want to go to a retreat sometime." So she reached out to me. She had had a friend in the last couple years that was murdered by her husband. And she felt like I could connect with her friend that had
Wow.
been murdered. Yeah. And so I said, normally I don't do this. It's not what I do. I said, but I will try for you. Because what happened was they hadn't found the body. This isn't the one that's currently going on. It's very similar. It's not. They hadn't found the body yet. And so they needed the body to um anyways, so I was actually able to channel um her talking to me and telling me specific details about the situation and where to find certain things. And so I actually recorded it and I sent it to this gal and I said, I don't know if this is, I'll just help you. And she sent a message back, yes, yes, yes. The clues, they found the same, like the FBI and other, it matched what they had found. So basically it was validating um, specific clues. And she had was like had a whole conversation with me about it. So um I didn't actually go out and hunt and find anything, but I was able to detect um where to find certain DNA and that kind of thing, blood and yeah.
Love it. I
So
love it. So we've got Tim. You have a question, Tim? Then Vance, and then
Wait, did they find
Yeah.
the body?
uh-oh.
I have to go back to her and see they've tried some different spots. They found the clues they've got to go in. It's the body is in several locations.
Okay.
So
Before we go forward, I just have one question, real quick, Tony. Did you know how it was going to end before they revealed the end of The Sixth Sense? So, I'm sorry.
I think in movie theaters there's some sort of parameter that shuts all that off.
I
Yeah.
love that movie. I see dead people. Isn't that what he said?
Oh,
Yeah,
Under the
right.
right.
bed?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler
I was
alert!
like, did you know before the end? Because I didn't know. That was great.
Well, let's get into the
I'm just having
other.
fun, Lisa.
Let's
You're a
get into
great
Sixth
guest.
Sense and the
Oh,
others
thank
and
you.
all those great movies. Yeah.
Ghost and all that. Yeah, I can turn it on and off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if it's a strong energy and if it's a strong vibration that I need to connect with, I'll feel it. And then I'll
Tell
make
you,
the choice.
I walk by houses that are so-called inhabited with the other side, and I can
Hmm.
feel it. It gets cold. It gets really
Hmm.
cold, and there's just a feeling. It's just a different feeling. It's not scary. It's not creepy. It's just different. But it does get cold. I don't know if you've had the same experience.
I had real quick, so my husband and I, we stayed at this bed and breakfast in up north in the Bay Area. He does like races and stuff, so he was doing like an Ironman race. And we were staying at this hotel and we were just sitting and having breakfast. And this is when like I told you guys earlier, I really try to be appropriate and not blurt. Sometimes I can't help myself. Um, the server walked by and she was serving my husband and I said to her, do you know there's a dead person that's sitting in the back, at that table over there? And I don't even know, like, I'm like, oh my God, sorry, honey, to my husband. I don't know why I said it. I don't know why it came out. I apologize. So she looked at me and then she's like, let me come back and chat with you. So the guy who owned the hotel passed
Mm.
and recently, and she had taken over running the hotel because they didn't know what to do, right? And he was there. He had passed on the floor that I was staying, and he was sitting. I saw him. So we ended up sitting, and I gave her a reading. I helped her through some things. So it was good that I blurted because she needed me.
Yeah.
So
Well, I found when I
but,
used to
yeah,
drink, I'm sober now, but when I had 1.5 beers, a glass of wine, that's when I was relaxed, and that's when it actually
yeah,
started to happen for me. Two, three, four, now we got a different story, but
yeah,
1.5 glasses, just enough to
yeah.
relax. That's when I got my message. Let's go to Tim. Tim's got a question.
Yes, so Lisa, this true story actually inspired a screenplay that I've been working on for a while, and I don't know if you heard it, but there was an 8-year-old boy, and he had these visions of a World War II fighter pilot, and he knew all these amazing details that he would have no way of knowing otherwise. He knew like the
Hmm.
best friends' nicknames, and
Yeah.
he actually knew where the plane went down in the Pacific, and actually went out and found it exactly where the kid said. So some people would say, "Oh, is that reincarnation? Is that
Hmm.
maybe just that person's spirit just needed closure and he used the kid as almost like a vehicle?" So I don't know do you ever experience with that with anyone you've connected with, if they've ever had some kind of similar experience?
And I remember seeing something like that. I don't remember if it was like a 60 Minutes or something, but I remember seeing a documentary or something very similar to that, a child that had memories of being certain places and very specific descriptive memories and feeling certain things. Um, what's interesting about that is that, and it's, I think, harder for a child because they haven't mastered, you need um the emotional maturity, I think, to understand certain things, right? So, and I'm not saying it's not reincarnation. I'm saying that it's also very similar to me when I've channeled before because I can see things, I can feel things. And when you feel things, um, it's almost like it's happening to you. It feels real. I'm sad. I mean, my guests come in, I'm crying. I'm like, I apologize. I'm crying because I can feel them. I feel their energy. So it could be that maybe perhaps he's reincarnated. I don't know. Or it also could be that he's so highly psychic that he has all the abilities and the senses to be able to actually connect with all of the senses so that he's giving this narrative, this story that actually did take place. Now, I don't know.
It's great.
But
There's a story about Michael Jackson, and Quincy used to tell it, Quincy Jones, God rest his soul, and he used to say, Mike would wake me up in the middle of the night, and he's like, Michael, what are you doing? He's like, I just got the download. I got to go in the studio. And he's like, Michael, it's 3 in the morning. And he's like, if I've got it, so did Prince. Like he knew he had it. He knew his music came from somewhere else. And so a lot of musicians talk about. Let's go to Vance. I know Vance has a question, and Lou, and anybody want to ask a question, you're more than welcome to participate.
You know, Lisa, it's a pleasure to meet you. It's very interesting. As a creative, we tap into a lot of different areas. So much so, one of my books, actually, I got approached by two men in black, come to the house and asked me serious questions about where I found this information. And I was like, well, I just made it up. But it was too close to the truth and it scared people. So I get what you're saying. But I guess the question I want to ask you,
Mhm.
is there ever a moment that you ignored your intuition where you went back and said, no, I should have said something? Or did you
All the
learn
time.
something?
Absolutely, all the time. All the time. Because the other things too is that, I'm still human, I'm still here, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And the other thing too is if it's a very sensitive subject, I'm all in the back of my head, I'm always like, what if I'm wrong?
Mm.
What if I say this and I'm wrong? What would that mean for this person? And that's kind of like what we said earlier about, I take this very seriously. So if you know, I don't ever want to do anything that's going to harm somebody or make, do any prediction kind of stuff, anything like that, because that's not my journey. And what if I'm wrong? So I'm very careful with that. But I make mistakes all the time. I'm like, shit, I knew that. I knew that and I did it. Why did I do that? And I kicked myself. And then next time I try to remind myself, okay, what could you do differently? Well, maybe I'll say something in a different way, or maybe I won't say something. Just depends.
Awesome. Great questions, everybody. I'm going to go to Lou, and then we'll go to Nando, and then I have an exercise, and then I'm going to hand it back over to RC to finish his interview with you, Lisa. Thank you so much for being here. We're very grateful you spent time with us. Lou, what's your question?
Lisa, thank you for your story. It's really your energy kind of comes off through Zoom, and I feel like that's rare. That doesn't happen for a lot
Oh,
of people. I could
thank
kind of
you.
just tell from it.
That's why I was like, is anybody frozen? Let's just check. I just freeze people.
Mesmerized is more like it.
Yeah, I didn't really have a question. I just kind of wanted to bounce off. I know Tony was talking about I forget what he calls it, but like this insight, this intuition, and it's funny because growing up, I would tell my daughters like we have Peruvian juju, and that was just kind of like our intuition that kept us safe, and like we looked at it like that. Like somehow, in life in general, I get kind of lucky a lot, and
You,
I chalk it up to
I and do you like, because I think for you too, that I have a little message for you. Um, and I don't know if you play like basketball or if you play any kind of, I know you showed like, I don't know if you play any kind of sport or anything like that, but I almost feel like you need to go back to a sport that you played when you were younger and you need to start practicing it again and like be a part of um like a group. You know what I mean? Like I'm using the basketball as just as an example. Like a group. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the basketball group or I'm in the, do you know what I mean? I'm in the soccer
Yeah.
team or I don't know, but I just think,
I agree. It's funny that you say that. I have been kind of like on a more of a health journey now, and as I've been hitting the pavement a little bit, doing some running, running is
you're
very
doing
boring
running.
for me. I come from the world of playing soccer, you know.
Okay, hello. Did I
Running
not say
just to
soccer?
run
Yeah.
like does nothing for me. You know, it's like I kind of hate it. But you get me on a soccer field, I will run all day. I will
You
run.
need to go back to the
Yeah,
being on a team, a soccer team. You need to
yeah,
start. I actually see you doing very well on a team.
that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Well, that
Yeah.
was a little exercise, but guess what we have here? We have our new host of the Hollywood Woo Woo, Allison Jane. And we're in a woo woo session right now. Allison, how are you? I'm so glad you made it.
I'm good. Thanks. Thanks.
I love your background.
You're
I,
so
I
pretty.
just, yeah, somebody just miraculously gave it to me a little bit ago.
So we're having fun. We always have fun. Allison, you have any questions? I know we were telling people you tap. What is tapping?
EFT tapping, are you familiar with it, Lisa?
Is that this like the, yeah.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Yeah. So you tap on
Mhm.
acupressure points on the body, and it sends a calming signal to the fight or flight center of your brain, and it will actually collapse um, a fight or flight pathway that. So, like if you see a spider, you get freaked out, it'll actually send a calming signal to tell your body spiders don't need to send you into fight or flight anymore, and you'll develop a new neural pathway. So it's just kind of a fun. Um, Fascinating thing actually in the world of psychology where I was for a long time just a regular psychotherapist, talk psychotherapist, and then I discovered this. And then I realized it's so much more powerful. It works so much better. And there's healing, and I'm sure you've experienced this, Lisa. Like there's healing in this, what's considered woo-woo, which actually has a fair amount of science behind it, um, in this energy space that really isn't accessible just from the traditional talking about things.
Yeah, for sure. And I have heard of that before. The people that I've heard it from are people that have gone through some trauma and they use this technique. And it's been so like the people that I've spoken to, like so beneficial in their healing journey. And what I love about it too is that, and I talk about this just like with the intuitive stuff, is we all are unique and we're all different. So what one thing that's going to work for me is not necessarily going to work for you. And so to have more modalities, more things that are out there for people to experience is so great because there's so many people that have been through, like, let's say trauma, and this is kind of fairly new. And they're now just now having relief, or do you know what I
Right.
mean? Finding a sense of peace where they
Yeah.
didn't with other things before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I love it.
exactly.
That's
Yeah,
great.
it's great. That was my background was in trauma, as a
Yeah, I
regular
knew that. No, no, no.
therapist. But actually, you'll appreciate this because when I signed up to get this training, it was simply because I needed continuing ed. And
Right.
then I went
Mhm.
and I had all these signs. It was like the training for the Chicago area was a mile up the street from me in a suburb. And when I went there, there was one of my dear friends had just passed. Her name was Cindy. She died of breast cancer. And she lived in this town called Naperville. And there was a woman 2 rows in front of me in the introduction. She was like, "Hi, my name is Cindy, and I live in Naperville, and I work with breast cancer survivors." And I was like, "Okay, I'm in the right place. Thanks for the
Oh
for
my
the
gosh,
assurance."
that's
Right?
amazing. What
Yeah.
that's such an amazing thing. And what's so great about your energy too is that you are so kind and open and people feel like you're their neighbor, you're their friend, you're their sister.
Mhm.
So you're very easy to talk to. And so you could show us anything. You could have come out here with magic wands and like done this, and I would have been like, "You're so sweet. Can we do magic wands together?"
I love it. I love it. RC, this is a nice little impromptu, a little woo woo session. And again,
Yeah,
I joke
yeah.
because I'm Mr. Woo Woo, but I always make fun of it because it kind of diffuses people like, oh, you're weird, dude. But at the end of the day, when you start telling them stuff like you have been, Lisa and Allison, that they're kind of like, it's undeniable. Like I had a story with my ex wife, and we lost our puppy, right? He's a puppy, but he died of old age. And she wanted a new one, and we said, let's wait a year. And a year to the day, she's like, I'm getting a puppy. And she grabbed the paper and she looked for a sign to just circle the sign, and she circled it, and she was going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" I'm like, "What?" And she ran into the room and showed me the paper. Her puppy was named Bungalow J. We lived on Marine in the marina, and the street we lived on was Caswell. And so she circled a dog. She wanted the chocolate lab. She circled a chocolate lab that was on Christmas Tree Lane. It was on the cross street of Mar Vista Lane, and we lived in Mar Vista, and it was somewhere in Caswell. So it was like, whoa, but that's by Pasadena, and we were in by Venice Beach. I said, well, he did pretty good for going way, way out there and coming back in a new body frame. He got pretty close on Christmas Tree Lane. So we were like, whatever, this is an amazing story. Stuff like that is fun, right? I don't know if I'd bet my life on it, but sometimes people go through so much trauma, they can actually make themselves believe, but that's a lot of evidence. It's like, I don't know about that one. So
Look, here's the thing. Like, okay, I personally haven't focused on this thing. I focused on what drew me in was acting, right? But to say, I don't think we need to debunk or prove things. I mean, I think there's enough evidence out there to across so many platforms and so much history and so many books and movies and things that happen that we just all have to say, well, we don't know how that particular thing works. But to say that I know how to act, I do. To say that you, Lisa, know how to, do the things you do, or Allison or Tony. I mean, it's just where you're specialized in, and you can't be open and encompassed to everything because life is too short to do these things. I might be the best, snake charmer in the world, but I just don't know it, but when your gift speaks to you and the thing that calls you consistently again and again, and then you answer it, that's divine, we all get certain gifts, and to deny those things, that's they call that sloth. When you ignore the gifts that you've been given, it's one of the seven deadly sins. So, I mean, as we all, everybody in this room, if you don't go after your specific and special gift thing that you've been given, and it may be what some people are calling woo-woo, but it's just a smaller and less studied and less exposed area of all the gifts that God has put out there for us to find. So, I don't think we really need to refute or explore whether or not it's truth. It's just like, thank you for having your part in sharing it with us. It's an unknown thing for me. So thank you.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
I was going to say, I love your point because, one of the reasons why I started doing it and sharing it more, even like now, where I could have done this 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and I didn't, was because I actually just don't care anymore what people think. I don't care if you think I'm right, and I don't care if you think I'm wrong, because the joy that I get when I connect with somebody and I'm giving them a message that brings them peace about something, and they come to me and say, I have so much peace, and this has made my life it is so different because of just these couple things that you told me. I'm like, okay, that's all I need. I've made a difference in your life. I'm contributing to society. I'm using my gifts. So that surpasses any negativity or anything anybody's ever going to say to me. That joy surpasses it. I'm like, you could whatever. Say it.
I know that
Yeah.
Allison, for example, has told me stories about, somebody who couldn't stop eating M&Ms, and somebody who couldn't get on a plane. They have, empirical proof. Okay. For me, when it was like I just went straight to callbacks to at the studio level again and again and again, I didn't have to keep asking everybody if I was a good actor. It was proven. That was a gift for me. You got your gift. She got her gift. If you get that confirmation, now that really is a blessing. It's like, yes, you're on the right point. Yes, you're good at that thing that, your gift that you've been given. I think it's nice when we can just look at, and this is a Hollywood forum, but here we are talking about special gifts. And I think that's a nice thing that Tony brought together for us.
I love it. I love it. Well, it was inspired by Allison Jane. This is the Hollywood Woo Woo with our host, Allison Jane. It was for fun. We were just talking earlier today. We're like, I mean, if you're not having fun, what are we doing? Don't take life so serious. We call it Rule 62, don't we, RC? But
Yeah.
let's wrap this section up of questions. And I want to go into an exercise, Lisa. I don't know if you teach people how to find their gifts, if you do meditation, relaxation, Do you teach this, or is it
I
teachable?
do.
Well,
I do, and I do think it's teachable.
let's do
It's
an exercise. Like grab one of our guests and let's do a one-on-one and see if we can get them to maybe find their sensitivity. I think it's just being sensitive.
yeah, I mean I do different activities. So some I do based on like let's do one. We can all do it actually. We can all do it. Um let me try to find one of my more simple um okay. So we're gonna all let's see. We're gonna all just like close our eyes and this will be fun for you guys. Pretend you're like at, I don't know, like let's say like a club or some a party and the DJ puts on a song and you're like, "Oh my God, I love this song." Let's just meditate on that and I want you just to come up with what that song is. If you can hear the song in your head. No, let me know when you so we're not sitting for too long. If anybody's got.
I got one. The DJ saved my life.
Well, there you go. Now, when I gave you that prompt, did you actually hear the song? Did you hear the title of the song? What was the first thing that came?
I heard the music. I heard the beat. I heard and then the rhythm, and then eventually the song said the DJ saved my life.
Okay, so it started with the music part.
Right. And
Okay.
it
And
should be
anybody,
like a slow fade up too.
okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Anybody else?
I heard the chorus of the song
Okay.
came to me.
Okay.
I actually was approaching the DJ booth because you said to, and then all of a sudden they put on Black Eyed Peas. Tonight's going to be a good night. It started ramping up, and I started feeling good, like because I love that song. It turned me on. It was great. You said feel good, so I did. You know, so I was playing out a scene where I was
Okay. So when
watching
you,
myself happen.
okay, so let's just take a step back. So when you said watching yourself, did you also see a picture of yourself?
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
like I was watching a movie, and
There we go.
I saw my
Okay.
back, and I was in it. Yeah.
Okay. So now you know too, like one of the things that you're good at is you're good at the visual part, which is the seeing part. So that was the part that you saw was you walking up,
Hmm.
it was a visual component. It wasn't the music first, which was the hearing first. It was the seeing first for you.
Yeah, it was the whole feeling. Like I could almost smell the smoke that they make, the fog
Oh
smoke.
yeah.
I could see the DJ getting ready to move, and then the song came on. So then I got excited. Like the first beats hit my head and then
Right.
started moving. It
Right.
was like a movie.
Right. So like all the elements. So it
All the
kind of, I
elements.
mean, it's just a little quick exercise, but it
Yeah.
kind of gives you an indication. Like when I do these exercises, what I do is I do one where it's more about, um, you know, you're kind of choosing what your superpower is. Some people only hear things. Some people they see things. They're like, but I didn't hear any music, but I saw what the song title was, or I felt the song my mom used to sing to me, but I didn't hear it. So there's all these like ways that you can connect, and then it kind of gives you that little like aha, like, oh, I do see things a lot, or I do actually just hear things a lot. So it's just a quick little fun exercise. There's more exercises that we can do, but it just kind of gives you like a glimpse of
Now I got a question for you along those lines, Lisa,
mhm,
because there's four kinds of learners: visual,
mhm,
auditory,
mhm.
kinetic, which is you have to do action,
Feel-
and then there's what's called digital, which is pieces of all four, all three, so it's
mhm.
all of them. And I'm a digital learner. If I really want to get something down, I have to see it, hear it, and then do something with it. And I wonder if
Yeah.
that connects to what you're talking about, where that's maybe my thing.
I mean, absolutely, because what we're doing is we're kind of combining, right? We're combining like what we know and what we don't know. So it would be adding to that. Like if you know that about yourself, start connecting with more about what are you feeling during that time? Are
Mm.
you feeling anything? Do you know what I mean? Is there any emotion? Well, I'm just saying maybe next time when you're doing all four and you're doing something, you can kind of, because there's the other things. Um there's that like feeling of the emotion, or there's the thinking like I feel like I should maybe not do this anymore, or this is whatever, I'm feeling sad while I'm doing. There's all sorts of other things that go with that, that create that. Those can be intuitive components, not just emotional components. So it's kind
Okay,
of
so we all connected to, and we had these experiences, and I think everybody in our panel here or our audience, had what a portion of what you said. Now what happens next? Like, are we just discovering how we dream or vision?
No,
What's
I mean
the?
it's a longer process. It's hard for me to
Mhm.
do in like just a 2 second
Yeah,
thing. But
sure.
what I typically do is I take them through an exercise, and then I take them through another exercise, which is more of a visual exercise. Some people have a hard time seeing.
Mhm.
It's like more of a memory exercise, thinking about when you're back a childhood, when you were feeling joy as a child. Some people can't see anything. Some people I feel really sad, but I don't know why. I can see a beautiful moment. So what it does is by the time we're done, we sort of identify, "God, I really can see a lot of things, but I have a hard time hearing things. Or I actually hear somebody talking to me, but I don't really see anything." So once we're done, we identify like, what are your stronger senses, or
Okay,
do they all work together? So
but then what? Like,
um
let's say I get it all. Tony can hear it.
right,
Allison can smell it. Whatever. But so we identify it, and
right.
then what's the next process? Like the next session you have. What's the
Well,
follow
then
up?
I mean, and then I also give them some tools to
Mhm.
practice stuff. But it's interesting too is once you kind of identify that, then it's fun to have partner work, because then I put you with a partner. I'm like, you're going to read each other, and I give them different prompts
Ah,
to read each other. Some, one person might be, I'm feeling this from you. The other person might be, well, I see this. I see these waterfalls and this, so they already know what their strong intuitive abilities are. Now we're going to practice them with a partner. That way we get validation, because, we're doing it by ourselves. We don't know. If I'm home doing, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, I don't
mm,
know. But if I'm practicing with somebody, I can get that immediate feedback.
right.
So then there's like this practicing that happens. And it's kind of really just like any other exercise you do. Once you've connected with something, you know how like you see, I don't know, you see like a red Porsche out, like I want a red Porsche. And all of a sudden you're like, "Ah, there's red Porsches everywhere," right? Once you've connected, it's funny how you click with it, and then you start noticing it more. Gosh, I'm noticing I'm really hearing things more, or I'm really feeling things more, or actually like I'm seeing things all the time now that I've just done these couple exercises, because it's clicked with me, I've connected with it, I
Your
know how to
reticular
identify.
activating system.
Pardon?
Your
What?
reticular activating system, right?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
you kind of like, and then it's just sort of practice. And the more it happens, the more it becomes more like a habitual thing. Then you're like, just kind of used to doing it. I hear things all the time, or I see things all the time. Once you know, what your, sort of your strong, intuitive ability is.
Nando had a question. Nando, you want to ask your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
Uh-oh.
If area, uh,
So, Nando, you're breaking up a little bit. How about you type it in the chat and then we'll read it?
Hey, Tony, you're an
client.
audio person. What did he
Yeah.
say?
He said he
Channel it.
wanted to know how he could become psychic and make $1 billion. And I said, you can't make money off that. And we had this full conversation, but I think he'd want to say it himself.
Nice read, man. That was a good read.
Anybody else have a question? We're gonna let Lisa do what she does. Lisa, this is a part where we actually try to give back, whether it's teaching or I know you're a director producer as well. Is there something that was traumatic in your life? I know you lost your parents. That's very
Oh.
traumatic. I'm so sorry for that. But was there something that you had to really believe in yourself and come back from the ashes like the phoenix rising? Anything like that in your life? That I know your family that was
Mhm.
tragic. family?
Yeah, I mean, I have just a little quick story that I tell sometimes, which is a sort of a bizarre story as well. But so when my mom was ill, she had cancer. She had breast cancer that metastasized into bone cancer. And she was getting these treatments at the hospital. This was in San Diego where I lived. And I was gonna go, I was whatever, 21 or whatever I was. I was gonna go, I had a boyfriend, but I was gonna go visit her on Thanksgiving because I was gonna just sit in the hospital with her on Thanksgiving. And my boyfriend had already left to go be with his family, and we had like switched cars for whatever reason. He took my car and I took his car. I don't know why, but this was Thanksgiving, and I'm driving to the hospital, and um, I go sit with her, and she doesn't even know who I am. She's like in excruciating pain, and I'm like, oh, this is just miserable, right? Like, she doesn't even know why I'm here. So I spend time, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna go home. So I start driving home. The car breaks down. Then I start laughing because I think it's hilarious because I'm like, my mom's dying. She doesn't know who I am. I'm by myself. The car breaks down. I'm 21 years old. And this is like, cell phones, right? This is like where you got to get a payphone back in the 90s, you know? So, um, I pull over on the freeway. There's another hospital. So there was two hospitals. One was in La Jolla, which is Green Hospital, which was where I went, and then there's another hospital called Sharp Hospital, which was another hospital along the freeway. So I parked on the freeway laughing because sometimes we laugh when we're miserable because we think it's so bad that it's funny. Like, how could my life be so awful? Like, I'm by myself, my mom's dying, I have nobody, and my car broke down. I got to find a payphone, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I walk to the hospital on Thanksgiving, this other hospital. The hospital's desolate. There's no one in the hospital. I'm like, how is that possible? Like, people are still in their, right? They're still in the rooms in the hospital rooms. Not one person. It's empty. Like I'm in a different galaxy or something. So I'm walking through the hallways, and this man comes out, and he looks like he's a surgeon or something. And I'm like, what's going on? Is the hospital closed? Like, there's no one here. And he's like, how can I help you? And I'm like, um, I need a payphone. So he's like, okay, let's go. Well, I'll walk you to the payphone. I'm telling you, I was like, I don't know where I was. I was in a different dimension because there was nobody at the front desk. There was not one car in the parking lot. I was the only person in the whole hospital. And he led me to the payphone. And I'm like, this is so bizarre. And I called, then he just like disappeared. And then I called AAA to come get me or whatever. I had a card or whatever. And I remember thinking as I was waiting for the tow truck guy, I remember thinking that there is something greater than me out there. I am not alone. There is a higher power. Like the fact that I am by myself where there was hundreds of people in these rooms, right? And like working at like not one person's in the hospital. The doors were open. I could walk into any room. I was by myself. After that, I just knew that I was going to be okay. I was just going to be okay. Whatever happened, I was going to be okay. And I remember that being a turning point. I mean, my mom did end up passing, and I, ended up getting the car towed or whatever. But just that experience with me stayed, that there is something greater than us. And I think that that's the message that I want to give people. It doesn't matter, how I've been there. I've been there alone, laughing, which is embarrassing, but on the freeway. And I know that we have support from things we can't see. So we're just never alone. So that was just a quick little story because it's just kind of a weird story. You know what I mean? I could say all sorts of stuff. Dead people came and talked to me. We've got those stories, but this one was just so um the overwhelming feeling, like I was talking about, like the intuitive feeling, and we were talking about like going by a house and having that feeling, that cold feeling or whatever, just an overwhelming emotion that I was going to be okay and that I wasn't alone, and that was all I needed. I know it's kind of
It's a great story. RC.
Oh, it's a great story. It's when you get touched, when you know you're not alone. I mean, that's
yeah.
doesn't happen to everybody, and so that's a real blessing. I've had a few of those moments, so I can really relate to that just like, yep, I know. I don't have
Yeah.
to. I don't. I'm good. You can say what you want. I'm good. I know.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. That's it's rare. Um, would you like to stick with kind of the topic we're talking on? Because I mean, your life is actually there's so many more things you do. You have these curated events and stuff. I was super curious about. You want to dive into that, or you want to stick with? I don't want to take you
Oh,
away
no, I
from
mean,
any
I could
questions you
just
might have from anybody that.
No, I mean, feel free to ask questions. No, I mean, I do, it's called Camp Manifest, which is a women's
Mhm.
retreat. And I have a partner with that. Her name is Heather, and we do it 3 times a year. We just did one in Malibu. That was the one I was talking about earlier where I met that lady in the jacuzzi.
But these are like
Yeah.
signature events and
Yeah.
luxury
Oh,
experiences,
yeah.
right? That
Oh, yeah.
go into that because that's kind of fun.
Okay, that's
Just
fun. Okay, so
yeah.
yeah, so the first one was in Malibu. The second one is going to be in Sedona in June. And my partner, yeah, which is really cool. So my
Hmm.
partner does gifting lounges. So she does like Oscars and Emmys gifting type lounges. So she works with a lot of brands, luxury brands.
Hmm.
So these women come and not only are they getting the experience of being like at a beautiful resort, right? Like the Calamigos in Malibu, or being in Sedona, or we're going to be going to Hawaii, and doing, sound bath and yoga and having, the 5-star meals and all that. They're also
And
getting
the
these.
vortexes in
Yeah,
Sedona.
I'm gonna take them through the vortex. They're
Yeah.
also getting
I
these
went
amazing.
there. I
It's
got
cool, right?
wooed.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was
super
weird. I'm
cool.
telling you. I'm like, oh, I don't know about this, but I felt
You
some
can
stuff. It was,
You can feel it. You
hmm
can feel it.
yeah. Yeah.
They're also getting like this last event that we did. I think they got over 70 products free in a bag. Like I'm like, you're gonna have to bring a suitcase next time. We have so much stuff. So they get all these beautiful products gifted to them. Also from all these amazing sponsors. So it's a very cool event because there's a lot of retreats out there, but you don't come back with a bunch of luxury products.
Now, is this because you partnered with a branding person that happens to have access to this and they just sort of showered you with it?
Yes, because she does
Mhm.
these gifting suites. And so she works with all these hundreds of
Mm.
brands. And so she's like, hey, you know, now we're going to be doing retreats. So do you want to come and sponsor, give some gifts for the retreat or be a sponsor or get involved. And we do a lot of marketing for them and promotional stuff, so
Sure.
social media, filming, video, all that. They get all that with it. So yeah, I feel very fortunate, to have somebody who's um, is in the luxury part of it, and then I'm in the spiritual part of it, and then together we kind of have both halves.
So let me ask you a question. So Carrie Ann Kimball is, I mean, we know it. She's in fact one of the very few photos I have on Getty Images is with Carrie Ann at a museum,
Oh,
and
oh.
this is years ago.
Mhm.
But a lot of what we focused on was your gift and your the spirituality and stuff. But why do you need a publicist? But what's the bigger sort of picture and focus that you're trying to reach out and do?
Well, I think part of it too is, and something that I've learned over the years is, and I don't know if it's me or if it's the intuitive thing is, I would rather talk about other people than myself.
Yeah.
I would much rather promote somebody, market somebody, give them a reading. Like when the questions for me, I'm like, okay, well, let's go back to you. So I think part of that in being in Hollywood and being in the industry is that, and why I started doing the podcast too, is it's great that I have a gift no one knows
Right.
because when you do these kinds of things, it's very private. Who wants to sort of share all that? That's why I'm filming it. And so with Carrie Ann, she's like, okay, well, people need to like know about this. You need to share it. So you need to, so helping me position in the way to whether it be on video or the different red carpet events that I'm going to or the different, events I'm going to be able to sort of let people know what I'm doing. Because it
Mhm.
would be easy for me just to sort of just do it in my closet, Not that I'm in my
Yeah.
closet, but
So
I
how much information do you need? Like like a glove, a sock, a hat, a name? What? How much? Like if I was to say we've got
Mhm.
Jurgen, he's our patent attorney. That's all I'm giving you. Could you do a
Yeah.
reading? He's on with us. Or
Uh-huh.
would you need more? Like to look at him, a photo? Like what do you?
Well, that's a really so to me, it actually it's different every time. Sometimes, depending on the energy, if I can connect with somebody I don't need anything. They don't even have to be around. They could say my sister. I'd be like, what's her name? And then I bam, bam, bam. Other times it's difficult for me. I'm like, oh, tell me a little bit more about her. What, like I'm not connecting with her. So because I connect with energy and it's sort of a team effort, I need to connect. The person needs to be open. I'm not going to like go and um invade them. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
it's not like
I need their permission. Do you like that? Or is
right.
he like
You know the
invade?
shows how you hypnotize people, and if you're not willing, you
Yep.
can't get hypnotized. But it's a it's a show element. Jurgen, I know you don't have a background. I don't know if you're actually there, but if you are, are you a skeptic? Or do you believe? I know Jurgen's very spiritual, by the way. I don't know. Can you say hi? I know he listens like a radio podcast when he's working,
Uh-huh.
but he's our patent attorney, so I just wanted to give him some acknowledgement. We're watching you, Jurgen. We feel your energy.
Oh, I feel his energy.
Yeah, no, he's a great man.
He's thinking
Anybody?
about dinner.
See, you think about dinner, Jurgen? Ooh, he's got you. Anybody want to maybe get a reading? Maybe we can do an experiment. Anybody want
Well,
to?
hold on a second. No,
Yeah.
time out.
I'm not putting her on the spot. You can
She
do it.
said that this is what people do to her. Like,
Guess
why
what?
don't you
She's on
ask her
our show.
permission first?
All I can do is
Okay?
ask.
She legit said this happens to her all the time.
I know. So why wouldn't I take that opportunity?
No, she said you didn't like it.
I'll do a reading.
I did.
All right, I'm gonna do a reading. Anybody want a reading?
Oh.
Put their hand up.
Well, it's also very tiring to do readings. I
Oh,
can't like go
Yeah.
around and do 50 million readings. It's like very Allison knows.
right.
She's shaking her. It's exhausting.
I do.
We're gonna do one with Michelle. Michelle is a reverend, right? She's gone to school.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see. I knew I could feel. See, I'm psychic. I knew you wanted to do this.
Right there.
So let me bring her in. So Michelle has been with me for how many decades? Couple.
Since early 2000s.
So I have a little too much information on her. So for me to do a reading on her would not be fair. But there's something she's going through right now, and she can't make up her mind. She knows what she wants to do, and I'm doing a reading on you right now, Michelle. And she knows in her heart of hearts, if she had the courage to do it, she would do it today, and she would get her butt to Texas. But there's something deeper going on. There's a fear. There's something going on. She just recently lost her dad. Her mom, is getting older. So there's something in there that I'm not aware of that's really blocking her. So I set you up, Lisa. You want to run with me?
Okay. I actually feel like Michelle and I are a lot alike because we're also people pleasers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hold on one second. Yep. Hey. Okay.
so sometimes it's hard when you're a people pleaser because you want to make everybody happy, and people also have a perceived they have a perceived they think they know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually really don't know who you are because you don't show everything
Right.
to everyone.
Mhm.
There is some private parts of you, just like me too, because a lot of the stuff that you have, and that was one of the reasons why you became a reverend too, is because you have I know you do you like history?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, because I feel like you are, I don't know, it's like old, there's a lot of things that you think about that you might be like, I don't know what people are going to think of this. This is a little odd. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and I think that another reason why, like when you had asked earlier about sort of like different creative avenues for
Mm-hmm.
people, I think that also pertains to you.
Yeah.
Like using and I don't actually even know anything about you, what you do or anything, but like using some of these stories that you have. There's stories, but they're also visions. It's like there's visions and stories kind of intermixed or something.
Right. Yeah.
Does that make, you know what I mean? And so
Yes.
I see you being like a storyteller.
I actually just got my master's in biblical storytelling.
Oh my God, that's exactly goosebumps.
That's what I'm talking about.
Crazy.
That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
Okay. So that's what I see. That's the history and the religion and the writing.
Yes.
And that's what that is. That's what I see. And the creativity. And so I think what you can do though is you have an extra gift. So yes, you studied that like the other people studied, but you also channel and know things. Things come through you.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do is you can take that and you can it's almost like you can share like okay, everybody reads a story and it's all read the same way. And then the teacher, like, let's say they want you to write a paper or something. Like, you almost have a different way of looking at things because you're like, I kind of know stuff that's
Yeah.
not shared in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you feel things, you see things. And so that makes you an exceptional writer. So you can take that and um, push the boundaries a little bit, is what my message would be for you. Like, it's a little uncomfortable. You're going to push it and you're going to see, what does everybody say? No, they're not saying anything yet. I'm going to push a little bit. Are they saying
Yeah.
anything now? No, we're good. We're good. I'm going to push it a little bit. And then that's where the magic is for you, is when you push it really far and there's a little shock and awe. People are a little surprised and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, that feels good.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
that's the sweet spot for you.
Lisa, thank you so much for being our
Yeah.
guest today and doing that. And I do put people on the spot. If you know me, I'm always the guy that's hijacking you, and RC and I banter all the
Ooh.
time about that. So, Michelle, what do you think?
So yeah, pretty accurate. So yeah, I communicate through stories and the songs that we hear. And I mean, just this past weekend, I gave a sermon to a congregation that I had never been a part of before. And I related Thornton Wilder's Our Town and the latest episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy in my sermon. And I had many people come up and tell me that they could really see and taste the experiences that I was talking about. And like I took them on this journey. And then it was one of the better sermons that they've ever heard. So, yeah. But on that note, one of my students just got here. We do a monthly worship service at UNM that I am going to get ready to start doing. So I will see you all next week.
All right, Michelle, thank you, thank you. So, Lisa, we're going to wrap up the interview section with RC and myself. RC, what a great guest, huh? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I really, although Tony, Lisa, I'm sorry, he just pushed you right into that one, and you were
Oh,
so gracious to accept that and
that's what I'm
take on
known
that
for.
challenge, and it was quite amazing, and I really like that. Reverend Michelle seemed like, it was good for her. And it was nice to see you just sit back as an observer and, watch you work. It was really, thank you. It was an honor. Thank
Oh,
you so much for being on our
oh,
show.
yay.
I know everybody enjoyed it. And this was one of our longer sessions because, I think we just were so intrigued and you
You're a
might have
bunch of
set
users,
the
aren't
record.
you?
You might have been our longest guest. So we'll thank you again, and
Oh,
we
you're
look forward
welcome.
to seeing you down the road for
So,
sure.
Lisa, how can people get a hold of you? Any social media? Anywhere you want to
Yeah,
do?
I mean, you can do it's Lisa Husher 10 on Instagram or Sunshine Secret OC on Instagram. And then also the podcast is Sunshine Secret of OC on YouTube and Spotify.
I love it. I love it. Well, everyone, put your hands together for our wonderful guest tonight, Lisa. We're so happy.
Yay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, RC and I are going to wrap it up here with a Hollywood Review. Another great show today, RC. Great job
Yeah,
hosting. I was
I
like,
like the new woo woo minute. It was fantastic.
yeah, Allison killed it, right? I think I threw a curveball to her. She actually caught it and knocked it out of the park. So,
Yeah, Lisa was great. Our sports minute was great. Yeah. Okay. So for me, like, it was really nice having Lisa on insofar as I came to that revelation about finding your gift, and then I was able to encompass everything. Sometimes when you're on the outside and you're like, well, that isn't me. Like, it's really nice when something just comes together. And I could see the four pictures of everyone on that screen. It was Allison, you, Lisa, and I, and I'm like, everybody has found their thing, and it gave me this universal feeling, and that was a real magical moment for me. Like, you don't have to know everything about everything else. People can be experts in their field. People can do things that you don't know about, and they can exist, in that same, universe we all circle in. It was a real gift, Lisa. Thank you for being here.
Well, this wraps up for this night, this station, the Hollywood Review. We're going to move to a new station. We're going to move to a new platform. And RC and I are going to figure out the logistics of making that happen. So next week, anybody watching, we're going to go back to the Never Give Up without the backgrounds, without our skins behind us. And then
I'm keeping mine.
we'll actually be at South. You can do whatever you want. And you can actually change that with chat to hosted by RC Everbeck if you want. I'm totally fine.
I'm going to AI all that stuff with Ben Affleck's new tools. I'm going to call up Ben. Hey, Ben, how are you? I need the tools to fix my background. Can you help me out?
Yeah, so we're going to be live, actually in person. RC is coming to Austin, Texas. I am in Austin, Texas. We'll be at the South by Southwest. We're very excited to be on 6th Street at Soho at Bentley's. We're right across the street from the Mothership, which is so famous for Joe Rogan and Kill Tony. And we have their house band as our band, and we have one of their joke writer books authors. Bonsai is going to be part of our show, and so much to share with you throughout the week. Next week, we're really excited. So, RC, I'm going to wrap it up with one of our videos, and then we'll see each other in person here in Austin. You guys, thank you so much for being our guests. Anyone that was watching, whether it's on YouTube, social media, or if it hit NBC, who knows? We're just grateful that you have chosen to watch this.
And if it's 2 weeks from now and you're watching the edit,
Huh?
South by Southwest is awesome.
It was amazing. All right, let me do a quick screen share that we'll edit properly. This is the raw footage. Anybody watching this is the raw footage unedited. You can look for the actual edited piece somewhere on the internet. All right, so let me show this really quickly, and we'll wrap it up. Again, thanks, everybody. We appreciate it. I'm Tony Boldi. I am the co-host of the Hollywood Review Live, and that's my co-host, RC Everbeck. All right, here we go. Gotta love AI. All right, we'll see you next week, everybody. Thanks for watching. This is the Hollywood Review.